I go back a lot farther than many of you. I was mayor in 1968, 69, 70. We had the Model Cities programs, which most of you probably don't know anything about, during the Great Society period. We did create the first in the nation of education, which was a study that the legislature put into effect. For the last year and a half, I've been wandering around the poorer parts of Des Moines, trying to understand what in fact has been happening to an area that I worked in 40-some years ago. Then the Crossroads Project came along, which is an initiative, as you know, by the Alliance, United Way, and the Greater Des Moines Foundation to establish goals and objectives for the 7-county area. I suggested to them that there's a part of this community that would not be particularly affected by those strategies. That is the poorer part of the community, which turns out to be, say, 3 neighborhoods east of the freeway and 8 of them west in Oak Ridge. Those 20,000 people. That area is 25% Hispanic, 25% African American, about 11% Asian. It's what America is going to look like in the not too distant future. It also has about a third well below poverty level, 50% below 150% of poverty. There are 2,500 young people in there from the age of 0 to 5. We're going to dump those young people into the school system every year now for the next 10 years, which will be 5,000 students, most of whom will not be literate. We're going to do that we're going to do that as we're currently structured. The Evelyn Davis Tiny Tots organization has, over the last few years, some 60 students, of which 95% go to kindergarten ready to read or reading, from low-income people, okay? The ratio is about 30 to 1. The cost, and this is the elephant in the room that nobody has been quite willing to grab a hold of, even Ralph wasn't quite willing to go there. It's expensive to assume that the parents of those students are going to help them read so that they will not be held back in 3rd grade is probably more than you really want to expect. Many of the people in that area themselves they're literate, but they do not experience literacy. I'm not putting them down. There are huge strengths in that community because those people have survived. The cost to prepare a young person to read by kindergarten is about $4,000. Okay? Let's assume that we have 1,500 between the ages of 2 and 5. Okay? 1,500 times $4,000 is a lot of money. But I will tell you right now that unless we're willing to invest those kinds of dollars in that community, we're not going to win. And what's going to happen to us is we're all going to start parsing this. We're going to parse this. Well, we can have a Claire Rudison. He can do that. Hell, he can. I can't reproduce Claire Rudison 50 times. What we need are 50 teachers, 35% of which happen to be bilingual, not only in Spanish, but in the 13 or 14 other languages that now reside in Edmond School. This last year, 700 new students showed up in the Des Moines school system, almost all of which were not proficient in English. Unexpected. Unexpected. So if we really want this to happen, we have got to invest. We need 50 teachers, half of whom are practice teachers, half of whom I would take out of the community, give them a 6-month intensive program and put them back in, because I think in 6 months you can teach young people how to teach English, learn English. I think we can do that. I don't think it's that hard. Maybe they can't do math or calculus, but they sure as hell can sit down with young people and help them learn English. Now, if we're willing to make that investment, okay, The $265,000 per person that your study shows that we will expend by those people not going on and being creative in our community will be avoided. Well, that's $4 million bucks, más o menos. Are we going to invest that money or not? You cannot expect the churches to do it. We have all kinds of daycare centers, very few day learning centers. I hate the word daycare. It's meaningless. If I'm sitting in front of my grandmother's television set and being babysat, I'm learning. I may not be learning what I ought to be learning, but I'm learning. Every child at that age from 2 on up or 1 on learns every day. They're great sponges. They absorb all kinds. So I want to present them with important information to understand how to survive when they graduate into kindergarten. Okay? So it's pretty simple. Either y'all want to get behind investing from 0 to 5, or you don't. If you don't, we're just going to reproduce what we've been doing for every year for the last 25 years. Now, even longer. I've been at this 40 years. The elephant in the room, my friends, is money. Ralph gave a great speech, one of the best speeches I've ever heard on education, but he never quite said the money word. He went around it up, he never said the money word. And that's what it comes down to. Thanks very much.